we lock and load, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. Yeah. Where we lock and load, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. Yeah. Where we lock and load, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. Yeah. Where we lock.
What's up, everyone? Y'all know what time it is. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Got a lock and loaded show for you. Sports all over the place, man. There's a lot going on. We got March Madness. MLB started. It still got NFL news popping off every hour. Seems like free agency still going on. So a lot to discuss. You well versed in everything. So we gotta let's get straight to it, bro. March Madness started tonight. We got the first four to move on and play the number one seeds. I was working on the show, so I did see a game, did finish. They moved on. The winner plays Duke. Did you fill out a bracket?
No, bro, I didn't even fill out a bracket this year, man. I was kind of like, I was tempted to, and then I just like, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it alone this year, bro. I just think it's just such a difference between the top teams and the bottom teams in this tournament, bro. Like it's just I could just see basically like three number one seeds advancing and a two or something like that.
So you think it's going to pretty much go according to seeding? It's not going to. You don't see many upsets coming?
Nah.
Okay, that should have been an easy bracket for you then. You could have filled that out. You know what I'm saying?
But I like it when, man, when it is some upset though, man. But I look at teams like Duke and just how they got like 2 starting fives, bro, and it's just crazy, man.
I actually did not fill out a bracket this year as well. Like,
okay, why'd you take a year off?
I just nobody said nothing about it really, and
okay.
I haven't watched. This is actually when I really get into the college basketball. It's been so much going on. I haven't got it. I saw Cooper Flag a little bit from Duke, but that's about it. Other than that, I haven't really watched nothing else. But this is when I tune in because you know they take Shaq and the TNT crew, shift them over to college basketball for a time, and you know that makes you want to watch even more because they're going to be
yeah, I agree.
So, but you know I do see the number one seeds: Auburn, Duke, Houston, and Florida. So I was looking at it. It looks like the first game against Duke. Are they playing at their home stadium?
Yeah.
So until they get to the Final Four, I haven't remember how.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
I mean, they won the regular season ACC tournament. They won the conference tournament. So I mean, if those are your rules and that's how it is, they earned it, bro. Like, and I'm not even a Duke fan, but they earned it. They beat some top teams by a lot of points too. Like they played well this year. I gotta give them their respect.
This is the only thing I don't get. So I'm looking at the seed, and you got Auburn in the South, Duke in the East. These are regions: Houston in the Midwest, and then you got Florida in the West. And we all know Florida's all on the East Coast. Like, what are we doing?
Right? Yeah. You know, they try to switch it up, make the fans travel, see how much Florida's a draw. So they want to draw their fans out that way. That's all that is. I think they did that for you know how the NCAA is, to make some money.
Yeah. So, but I haven't got a chance to look at it. Is Florida still playing on their home court?
No, they don't. It's only the number one overall seed. Duke is
Oh,
the
just
number one overall seed for the tournament as well as the one seed.
oh my goodness. So what's the use of me being a bruh, that is terrible. That's a terrible format, by the way. That's a terrible.
College is wild, bro.
That's terrible, bro. Like
Yeah,
like bro,
college got wild, bro.
that's wild. Okay, let's jump over to the women's side, man, because the women's game is progressing in such a way, professionally and collegiately. UCLA, South Carolina, USC, Texas. Are you looking forward more to the men or the women's NCAA?
I mean, honestly, the men, but I always get into the women's like around the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
Because it'd be a little bit better. They go a little harder when they get to the Sweet 16, boy. Yeah, that's when they get to be going. Like, because like the same thing with the women, a lot of these teams playing home games because they're not able to pack the arenas, different arenas out like the men are. So a lot of these teams get to play home. So you get to eliminate all the bad teams after the first two rounds, and then the Sweet 16, that's when it get good. That's when you got all those good SEC teams, all those ACC teams. Like, yeah. The women's always, like I said, swing in the Final Four really be lit. I'm talking about all the women's Final Four really be lit.
facts. That's facts. And we still got some big names in women's. Like in the men's, I think Cooper Flag. I haven't heard too many other big names. Women, Juju Watkins still there, and just as coaches, Don Staley. But as a coach, like I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to watching her coach that team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the women still might have more excitement than the men's because the Cooper Flag is the biggest the biggest draw you have, the biggest name. But other than that, I haven't heard. You know,
Yeah, there's no guy that can really press him for the number one spot. He's
yeah.
the player of the year. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's here. I will be tuned in. I like how they have it on True TV, TNT, all these different channels. It's all over the
Yeah,
place.
it's a bunch of different games. So if you want to get to, that's what I tell everybody. When I get off work tomorrow, you're not going to see me this weekend.
You already put the notice out to everybody.
Yeah, you're not going to see me this weekend. And I say the same thing for the next few weekends. If I'm not working, that's what I do because they're going on next weekend too.
For sure.
Thursday through Sunday, this time of year, I'm down in my basement.
Already. I will be doing the same. I'm gonna be doing homework while with the game on. So that's March Madness is here. I can't wait to see if it's going to be any upset.
We only got one local team that made it, man, to the tournament. That's crazy, man.
Who is that, by the way? Because I'm not.
Illinois. They're
Illinois.
16. They played the winner between Texas and Xavier.
Okay. So that we got a team to
Yeah,
root
yeah,
for.
they'll be playing Friday.
Yeah, we got a team to root for. I always root for the local teams, and I used to be a huge Duke fan, but
Okay.
that was back in the Trajan Langdon days, Elton Brand, you know. So back in those days, I was a huge Duke fan. I got Jason Williams' old jersey.
Chris Duhon, those guys.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
but yeah, that's faded away.
I mean, I always like some of the players I remember, man, watching Grant Hill come on the scene back in the days when I was in high school, you know what I'm saying, and graduating, and I'm like, man, this dude here gonna be something different, man. He went to Duke, and then when they upset UNLV that year, he put everybody on notice of who he was. Grant Hill did. He put everybody on notice. Christian Laettner got all the shine though, but we all knew Grant Hill was the best player on those Duke teams, both ends of the course. Yeah.
Right. You know what that's about sometimes. You all right. You know how that goes. but hey, we're gonna move on, man. MLB season has started. The Cubs get swept, man. They got swept 2-0 in Tokyo. I don't think it's fair. The Dodgers getting these stacked teams, man. They get all the best players. I remember the Yankees used to do this. I used to hate it. I don't hate the Dodgers as much as I hate the Yankees back in the day when they was buying. I feel like they was buying championships. But the Dodgers are ridiculous right now, bro. They get a new Japanese player. As soon as he come over, they get him. They get the best free agents. They got a straight all-star team on their roster. Like, they beat the Cubs not even at full strength, man. Like, how you feel the Dodgers repeat, in your opinion?
I mean, they're the team to beat right now. I don't like them, bro. I hate the Dodgers, bro. I hate the Dodgers. Like, I don't like the Dodgers, bro. I put them in the same hate with the St. Louis Cardinals. Like, I just don't like them two teams. It's some other teams in the division. I like, okay, they all right. I give them their props, whatever. The Dodgers just are. They just always been a nemesis of my cuz. They never play in the same division. We done met up in the playoffs a few times. They done knocked us out. We done beat them with the year we went to the World Series. And it's just been kind of a rivalry, bro. Because I literally think like the Cubs are going to be all right. Yeah, they lost these two games, but I think the Cubs are going to be all right for the long haul. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to run into the Dodgers, and that's going to be tough to beat them. They are. It's going to be tough to beat them. It's hard to beat $1 billion payroll, bro.
Right.
It's hard to beat $1 billion payroll. I mean, that's the facts of it. Baseball makes so much money in these teams with these on TV deals and all this stuff where they can go out and defer all this money. Like Bobby Bonilla is getting paid right now. You know what I'm saying? Baseball just got that bad. So the Dodgers don't care about spending the money, bro. They want to try to win every year.
Yeah.
They want to try to win every year. They don't want the playing field level. So I'm telling teams that can't spend like them, you got to step your game up, or your farm system gonna have to come through with some great prospects, and they step up to be great. If not, if you can't spend like the Yankees, you ain't gonna you ain't gonna be able to compete.
It's ridiculous, man. I think MLB needs like a hard cap, like football and basketball.
Yeah.
They need a hard cap. It could be like you say, sports, you supposed to want parity. The commissioner supposed to want parity to make it more exciting. Like you say, it's no parity. The Dodgers, the biggest markets are getting the best players. The Dodgers are really just, like you say, with all the deferred money and the market they in already, what can other teams do? It's ridiculous. Well, do you think the MLB need a hard cap?
I always wanted a salary cap in MLB, man, because it'd be like the NBA. It'd stop guys from losing such good young players, man. It'd be the same way. Same thing with the NFL, like every other sport. Same thing with hockey. Like all these other major sports, you're able to re-sign your young players except for baseball when they're up for arbitration and things like that, and they've earned these contracts. Now certain owners can't pay them, like the Florida Marlins owner, the Kansas City Royals owner. You know what I'm saying? They can't afford to pay that money. Cincinnati Reds, they can't afford to pay hundreds of millions of dollars to guys, $700 million like Ohtani or Juan Soto. Every team don't have that kind of money. And that's just sad.
Why is the reason baseball don't have a hard cap?
It's all about the money. I mean, the more that the player can get, the more that they make. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it is what it is, man. That's just the way it always has been. They never had a cap. So they just like, the players don't want a cap. They want to keep getting the $700-800 million contracts and all that. You know what I'm saying? The players, I think it's voted on by the player. The players unions are probably opposed it in baseball. That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
And the owners in the NFL forced it. They like, either this has gonna be or it's not gonna be. And hey, they took it. Baseball was like, hey man, we don't care. Yeah.
I'm looking at the Dodgers rotation. They got Blake Snell. They picked him up. Shohei is coming back to pitch. Yamamoto, I think he came last year. Then Sasaki came this year.
Sasaki came today. Pitched against the Cubs this morning. Yeah.
Glasnow, is he injured?
Yeah.
He's injured, but
still he'll be back. So, bro, look at that. Just look at that. We haven't got into Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Muncy, Ohtani the hitter. You know what I mean? Like, bro, this team got Edman. They got some players, man.
It's ridiculous, man. And I'm looking, I was like, man, the Cubs, they at least like they competed in the last game 6-3, and I think the first game,
the other one was like, what was 4-2?
Yeah, something like that. So they didn't.
It's early in the year, man. The Cubs are a little stagnant right now. They breaking in a young player, Matt Shaw, in a big position to, try to fill some shoes and call up. Justin Tucker's getting adjusted to the new team. So, bro, I don't even really take this as a bad loss because last year the Dodgers were stacked and the Cubs kind of had their number in the regular season. You know what I mean? They took 2 out of 3 from a few times in LA and in Chicago.
So they play this series in Tokyo. Did they do this because of the Japanese players on both teams? Did they just set this up like this?
That and they did it a while ago when there's like a Japanese, like a huge Japanese presence on the teams. Yeah, they did that because when the Cubs brought over Coach Fukudome
Yeah.
back in like 2006 or seven or whatever, they played over there.
Okay.
So yeah, they're trying to market their players to them, let them see their players too over there.
I wonder who was the home teams? Did they do a 1-1? Each one got a home. Was the home team or was it LA? Was it
I think the Cubs were home yesterday, and I think the Dodgers were home today, or vice versa.
1-1?
Yeah. So both teams got 80 games at home now. Mhm.
I'm looking at the score. It looked like I think the Cubs was the home game for both.
Oh, so they might came up the Cubs. Okay.
And they probably did that because Chicago weather is stupid right now anyway. So might as well just get.
Then actually after these games, they going back to the preseason to finish up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this the regular season. Then they going back to preseason game to finish up, and then the regular season gonna start next weekend.
I don't like that format. Don't give me 2 regular season games, then go back to play training camp. Like
I agree with you. I agree with you. Like once you put that team over there in Tokyo like that, you just might as well go ahead and start everybody.
right? Why they just didn't start?
But you touched on it. The only reason they didn't because not only the weather in Chicago, but there's probably a few other places where the weather is terrible too, and they don't probably want to start this early. That's maybe.
But why they just didn't do this a couple of days before the regular season? Then it makes more sense.
Yeah. If you think about it that way, yeah, they could have did that and did well. Yeah, a little closer to the regular season, like right before.
Right.
And then you give them the 2 days off the travel, then they come back on the Wednesday. Right. They did that the Saturday, Sunday. I agree with you. They could have did that on the Saturday, Sunday. Get those 2 teams Monday, Tuesday off, and then Wednesday they start up the regular season and catch up with everybody else.
Baseball, y'all got to do better, man. Y'all already third on the totem pole between.
But yeah, when I first heard that, I'm like, okay, they playing this game March 18th and 19th. I said, what is the regular season? They said, that's the regular season. I said, well, what about the rest of the season? Literally, I saw they said, no, they're going Cubs have to finish up preseason games, so do the Dodgers, so do everybody else. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
How are you feeling about the Cubs overall? The team?
Oh man, I like them, man. I like them. They're gonna be competitive. They got a good chance to win their division, man.
I wonder why they did. I wish they could have kept
Cody Bellinger
and got Kyle Tucker. Like y'all got.
They could have, bro. They could have easy, but they for some reason they wanted to play Michael Bush at first base. They want to see what they got. He's cheaper, but here's my thing: like y'all the Cubs, y'all got money. Like stop acting like misers, man.
Thank you.
Spend some money, man. Then you have probably only got Tuck on a 1-year deal because you ain't cashed him out yet. Like, bro, go ahead and cash that man out and quit playing. Spend that money, man.
That's frustrating, man.
Rick is a man. Y'all, bro, billionaire. This Chicago, we like the second or third largest market. Like, bro, spend some money, bro.
Come
on.
How long is
you building hotels and stuff up there, up north, across from the stadium and all that, man? And come on, bro. Put some money into the team, man. We'll bring some guys to extend Tucker. I mean, next time somebody out there, man, give them $700-800 million if they worth it. Like Juan Soto, like, man, if he's worth that y'all feel baseball like that, give it to him. He's young enough, give it to him. Like, come on.
How long we been hearing the Cubs is gonna spend money? They're gonna get this new TV deal, and they're gonna have all
TV deal and all that. Marquee Network has came along and all that. They still making hand over hand, and nobody on the team making no money but Kyle Tucker on a 1-year deal. Everybody else is like, it's not big money for nobody.
I feel like the second week in
Dansby Swanson, I take that back. Dansby Swanson's making a nice little change, but that's still like the Dodgers got like 6 guys making $40 million or more. Come on, man, spend some money.
And we, like you said, we've been hearing it. I feel like the second week in a row, man, that somebody is lying to me. You know, first it was Miles Garrett. They've been telling us they're gonna spend this money. They got this new TV deal. They're gonna have all this extra money to spend, and they not in the ballpark of the Dodgers. Not even in the ballpark. And
Other Yankees. Other Yankees either. The Yankees took on Cody Bellinger money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Yankees don't care. All the Cubs basically did was a salary dump for Cody Bellinger. They didn't even get nothing satisfactory back. Just gave that money. I mean, he's not that to baseball standards. He's making average money, bro. Like
yes.
I would have rolled out him at first base. Michael Bush is young. Him and Saya could have rotated left-handed, right-handed DH, but I definitely would have kept Cody Bellinger. That was me. I said that when they first traded. I'm like, because you got Tucker. Okay, you move Bellinger to first base. Michael Bush, the odd man out, he's young. He still got a chance to be your first base. You only have Bellinger for one more year. You could have rolled it out.
Right. Yeah, it don't make sense, man. I don't understand what they doing. I'm tired of just being average. You know, when you in a big market like Chicago and they got money. They got it. Like, and this is my thing. When you go after one of these big guys like a Soto or somebody like that, do you know the sales, the jersey sales, the merchandise, the excitement that's going to come in Chicago? We haven't had no excitement in Chicago.
Man, see, the Ricketts wasn't around, bro, when Sammy Sosa, everybody up in Wrigleyville was wearing the Sammy Sosa jersey. They wasn't around when everybody had the Mark Pryor and the Kerry Wood jerseys. Like, you know, they only know about the Chris Bryant and all those short-lived guys. I'm sorry, but I like those guys. I respect what they did. Thank you for the World Series as a fan of that team for so long. It was great for me to see it. But none of those guys were long-lived like legendary Cubs, far as production on the field. Like all those guys had like 2 years after that they fell out. We never made it back to the World Series. We never won anymore. We underachieved with that squad. They underachieved. They left World Series on the team. Period. Yeah. Too much young talent.
For sure. But hopefully, man, they do well this year. The White Sox is going to be terrible again.
Yeah, they want to be terrible too, though. They want to be terrible, so it is what it is, man. You know, I'm not a hater of those Sox. I'm born and raised on South Side of Chicago. I'm not a hater of the White Sox, but literally, bro, I could just never get into that team. I like certain players. I like certain players that went there. Like I love Frank Thomas. I like Harold Baines. I was a Robin Ventura fan because I watched them even in college at Mississippi State. They had such a great team down there. My family down there in Mississippi, and they huge baseball fans. So I knew about college players and everything down there. And I knew about Robin Ventura. I knew about Frank Thomas. I even watched the young Sammy Sosa debut with them and knew he had potential and was going to be good. So they always had a few players I liked, but I just couldn't. I never was a fan of the team. People from Chicago, do you hate? Why do you hate the White Sox? I don't hate them. I'm just not a fan. You have to know the difference. There's not hate. I don't hate anything from my city. You know what I'm saying? I don't not no team, not no sports teams. I know. No.
Right. Other than that, what are you looking forward to with the MLB season jumping off? Is there anything that you're looking forward to during the season?
I am, bro. Literally, I want to see how good the defending champions are going to be. Can they win 120 games? I'm looking to see if the Dodgers can win 120 games.
They should.
I want to see if they're going to break the record.
Yeah, you're right.
But here's the only thing about it, though, boy, and I will say baseball is a strange game. We've seen stranger things. They come out here like the Seattle Mariners when they brought Ichiro over here and they steamrolling everybody. Yeah. Got them in their playoffs. And it was lights out. The Yankees got them in the playoffs, and it was over with.
I will say this. Baseball is the one sport where you can have the best season all year and get to the playoffs. You face a hot pitching staff, they can go down quickly.
Yeah. And see, and the thing about the Dodgers, the one weakness about them, and this is with all their pitchers, that you get on base on it, you can get them rattled because they're not good at holding guys on, and their catchers, both of their catchers are not good at throwing out runners. Like you can run on them all day, and that's how teams can beat them if they're able to do that. But just so hard getting on base against Otani, and it looked like Sosaki, he throwing 98, 99 this morning, bro. It's like crazy. I'm like, man, every guy, Yakamoto, all these guys throwing 100 miles an hour too. It's like, man, come on.
It's tough, bro. It's tough. Tough for being a major league hitter going against the Dodgers. Let's move on to some football, man. The Vikings are out on Aaron Rodgers. It seems like it's coming down to Giants or Steelers, but Cam Hayward is tired of waiting. He's not with the Aaron Rodgers shenanigans. Aaron Rodgers got a little divaness in him, and Cam Hayward is not for it. He said, "I ain't doing that darkness retreat. I don't need any of that crap. Either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you're not, or you don't. And he said he basically said, man, it's that simple. Like, and
That's
I'm not.
it.
How do
Yeah,
you think?
ain't nobody finna be recruiting you and reaching out and begging you to come play. Like, bro, you gonna make a nice little chunk of change to play the game that you supposedly love on a team that just came from the playoffs. Solid team. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can be a factor there with a good coach or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Do you want to play or not? It's just simple as that. Like all that other mess, I'm with Cam, all that other mess though. But this is who this guy is though, bro.
Yeah,
This why, as good as he is not a likable guy, athlete. He's just not a likable athlete because he just always wants to come off as a jerk. And I don't even get it. He wants to come off as a jerk.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It don't make sense. Like, bro, to be honest, like, what are we talking about? The Giants have nothing for you. They ain't rebuilding. Why is they even in consideration? The Steelers, the only team that makes sense. So, like, what are we doing here? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I knew the Vikings was going to be out because, man, they got to see what they got in their young quarterback on that rookie deal, man. Then you have to go ahead. That's why they wanted to keep Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold was going to get paid, and they wasn't going to be able to do that because it would have overlapped with by the time for them to pay JJ. You know,
I was going to
they
ask
didn't
you.
expect, the Vikings didn't really expect Darnold to ball out like that. When he did, he priced himself right out of the building. Because I know they wanted I think they would have brought JJ on a little slower again if Donald would have just been okay, but he really like ball.
Yeah, he wanted
Yeah.
to break. I was going to ask you though, what was your thoughts about the Vikings being out? Because we know they got the rookie, but I thought Aaron Rodgers would have been a decent fit there because they're in win now mode. They won 14 games last year, and so on a good team, like he could, like if he got anything left, that's the team that could possibly get it out of him. But they decided to go in a different direction. I was a little shocked by that.
Yeah, I really wasn't, man. Like teams are just going with the young guys now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just going with the young guys now, bro. That's what it is. They drafted JJ literally for him to compete with Donald and play last year. You got your guy already. That's all it is. They have their guy already, bro. It is. You know, it is what it is. That's just like. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The only thing is he's a rookie. I know it's going to be his second year, but it's going to be his first year on the field, and so you're not going to know exactly what you got. And because you're in win now mode, now they possibly can take a step back because you're going to go through growing pains. We've seen it ourselves with Caleb Williams. It's going to be growing pains, so I don't expect them to win 14 games again. And so that's why I think Aaron Rodgers was a possibly good fit there.
I mean, he would have, but it was just that they spent the first round pick on that guy, high pick, traded up too. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they don't want another Brett Favre and Rodgers situation on their own. And I'm saying McCarthy, there were rumblings, like I don't know how true it is, but there were rumblings that McCarthy's camp wasn't happy. You know what I'm saying? They drafted him. He wants to play. He don't want to compete, yada, yada, yada. No, my thing is I don't think that's true because at the same time, about you are a rookie still. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you said, you're a rookie. You've never taken a regular season NFL snap, so you don't have no right to be demanding anything. But I just think they didn't want to pay after what they spent in free agency. They really don't want to pay Rodgers. 1, 2, and they don't want to deal with that mess on this young team, bro. Like he just not. I just don't. I mean. On field, he was a good fit, but I think they're looking at the locker room too. They don't want him in there. I mean, the Jets gave him $50 million to get up out of there. Yeah. When the team's giving you $50 million and know they got to fight that against their cap for you to get up out of there, like, bro, this guy in the locker room, the Vikings don't want him in their locker room. That's what it is, bro. That's what it boils down to.
Well, personally, like I'm not that mad because I didn't want to see him. Just in case he might have something left in the tank, I didn't want to see him empty that tank against my Bears. So I'm kind of happy about that. I'd rather smack JJ McCarthy around in his first year and welcome him into the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that. I don't want him in the division. Now he go to another team. Hopefully on our schedule we can smack him around too, but not 2 times. I don't want to play him twice.
Facts. How do you think it's going to end, man? Where does Aaron Rodgers end up?
Man, bro, I don't know. He better go down to Pittsburgh, bro, and quit playing and try to win somewhere because if he goes to New York, bro, that's just to the Giants. That's just to stay in the Big Apple where the money at. You know what I'm saying? Like off the field stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it would be. That's what it would be about. Because I mean, the best fit, winning culture, where ain't nobody finna take your crap in the locker room, where all you gotta do is worry about you and just play football, would be Pittsburgh. Because Tomlin and those veterans on that team ain't having that. Man, just imagine him and George Pickens. He coming in with that mess, and George Pickens fireman, man, it'd be crazy. Hey, that'd be wild, man. Yeah, he better act right. I say Pittsburgh, and he will have to act right, because that'd be his last hurrah.
Yeah.
What is 42 or 41?
I think he's 41. He's going to be
Okay,
40.
so yeah, that definitely probably be his last hurrah.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to go to the Steelers. I like Giants, Brian Daboll as a coach, but the better situation is Pittsburgh, without a shadow of a doubt.
It is easily. I wouldn't say they ready to win the Super Bowl, but they ready to compete. They're competitive. They're a competitive team that won, even made it to the playoffs with Russell Wilson starting the majority of the games last year.
Yes. More football news, man. Lions proposed playoff seeding by record, not division winners for the playoffs. What do you think about this? We've seen
somebody tried to do this some other team made this proposal a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, it's hard to do that with so many teams, bro. It just is. It's hard to do that with so many teams.
Yeah, and we're saying because the Lions and Vikings both had high winning records.
The Vikings wound up being a 5 seed, and they had the second best record in the conference.
Yes.
Packers had the 4th best record in the conference, and they was like a 7 seed. So I get what they saying, but bro, that's just it's the way it's set up. It's just they don't plan on 3 teams in the division being that good. It just happened to happen last year. One of the few times where it is 3 teams from one division made the playoffs with over 10 wins. Like I give the Packers, the Lions, and the Vikings credit. They took care of business outside of division too. Yeah. That's what really helped them out.
And at the end of the day, man, just win your division. Win your division. You had a chance to win your division.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see anything change, bro. Like leave it like it is, man. I don't leave it like it is, man. Tradition. Come out there. That's why you got a division. Come out there and beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Get and go for the top seed. That's what it's all about. Competing. Because see, when you start doing stuff like that, people start getting lax and start playing for certain seeds. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, no, we don't. You got to play hard every week. We ain't finna be playing for no certain seed, no certain matchup in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. We ain't finna start this basketball stuff. You gonna play that team that just as hungry, gonna feel like they gonna come out there and smack you in the mouth, but they've been good all year round. That's why your top 7 teams make it.
And it puts the emphasis on the division. You know what I mean? And you're rewarding the team that wins that division with a home playoff game, which
absolutely. Absolutely. And the fans. You rewarding the fans to come out and get to see their team in the playoffs, man. Now here in Chicago, much as I love the Bears, I would never do a playoff game here. I ain't doing it. Boy, I went out there when they played the Cleveland Browns one year when we had Mitch as a rookie and they had Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the coldest thing I ever did in my life. It was like Christmas Eve. Oh, bro, it was so cold out there. I'm like, I'll never go out here in December again. Like after October, I'm not going out to wherever it is, unless they get a dome or somewhere.
I went in January to the when they had Jay Cutler. He got injured in the NFC Championship game. I went to that game and it was free.
It was cold out there. I remember driving to my cousin's house to watch the game with my uncle, my brother, and them. It was cold outside that day. It wasn't snowy, but it was cold.
It was a great experience, but cold, super cold. It was ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure. I said, but if I ever decide to do that again, I'm gonna have on like 7, 8 layers because I left that game early. I got so cold. I said that ain't happening to me. I spent so much money on games. I said that'll never happen to me again. I said this time I'm gonna go out there with 7, 8 layers on, and I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna brave that cold if I ever did it again. But they make the playoffs and stuff. You gotta think that somebody like, man, I got these tickets to the playoffs. Oh yeah, man, we gonna have to brave this cold. You know what I'm saying? But while we on this, what would be your thoughts on the Bears ever getting the dome? Would you say nah because we always old school outside football, or?
Yeah, I would like a retractable roof.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to because we know the weather get crazy. So like at the end of the day, like man, nobody wants to be outside in January, like you say, a playoff game in that weather, man. Give us a dome where we can get it and enjoy ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the initial question, yeah, bro, I don't make any changes, man. Just whine and quit whining about the stuff, man. Just look for something to whine about, man. Just go out there and play. Detroit, y'all had the best, still had the best record, even after y'all had injuries and all that. You still had everybody had to come to your house to beat you for you to make it to the Super Bowl, and you lost.
Right. Right.
No, don't worry about the Vikings. The Vikings wasn't complaining. They ain't complaining. Y'all complaining. Y'all was the top seed. Come on, knock it off. Because you know what happened? They didn't want to run against the Commanders last year. You know what I'm saying? That up and coming team. This way they would have avoided them.
Right. Right. Yeah, man. I don't want to see no changes, man. Just keep it the way it is, and win your division. That's it.
That's it. Plain and simple.
We got some more news, man, in the sports world in a different arena though. We got the president jumping in. He's suspending funding in Pennsylvania over the trans women. I'm gonna tell you this, like, I'm actually in agreement with this. Like, I don't agree a lot with Trump, what he does, but I'd like this, man. I don't like the whole transgender competing and women's sports, men changing to women, and then like I don't know about suspending funding, and I get it. I see what he's trying to do to try to, put a halt on this type of stuff. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I like his stance about trans, keeping the trans out of the women's sports, because we don't see women trying to get into men's sports ever. We'll never see a woman like, oh yeah, I'm gonna change to a man and go play basketball. We never see that. It's always a man transitioning to a woman and then want to go play women's sports. Come on, man. What we doing here?
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's wild, man. I don't usually agree with much with this guy either, but you know what I'm saying. I agree with what y'all with that too, though. I don't want to see men competing in women's sports. I just don't. Like, come on, if you can't make it in the men's sports, then it's not what you should be doing. Like, you know what I'm saying. That's just like a fallback. I mean, man, just naturally, men, we are much stronger than most women. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Just naturally. So now you starting to work out and things like that, and we already stronger naturally, man. The playing field ain't even fair.
Right.
Like, come on, let the women let them have their sports, and then I guess you know what, be honest, nah. I mean, they need to come up with some type of funding and have their own league. And I don't have any problem with any transgender person or anything like that, but have your own league or whatever. That way you don't have to worry about these problems. Get your own funding and do all these things, and you don't have to worry about getting funding from the president, because if he say no, it is what it is. And I mean, honestly, a lot of people agree with him. A lot of people agree with him. I mean, those are just the facts. A lot of people wasn't raised with different beliefs, but you and I, that's another story, and we'll talk about that. You know what I'm saying, off the record, just you and I. But I definitely don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. They need to have their own league, but I wonder, like, do they even have enough of trans people to have
Right. That's the problem. That's a problem too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, no matter how many surgeries you have, you can never fully be a woman. Like, it ain't enough surgeries in the world that will make you a fully fledged woman. It's not possible. You wasn't born that way, so it's not possible. But I'm interested in seeing how this plays out, because I think this is the same woman he talked to at one of his meetings, when he was like, you're not going to change, you're not going to follow suit, you're not going to change the laws, okay, I'll see you in court. Like, he was just talking crazy to her. I don't agree with how he talked to people.
Right. No, he's still a jerk. He's still a jerk.
Yeah.
He's still a jerk. You know what I'm saying? But I just happen to agree with this stance. But he's still a jerk. The way he handled it could be better too. The way he speak to people could always be better. Like, he just come off, saying, just unintelligent. You know what I'm saying?
And we seen how he talked to the Ukraine president, like how he talked to him, which was off the chain, out of control. So it's like, and we don't talk a lot of politics on here, but the office supposed to hold a certain decorum. You know what I mean? And he's coming off as a dictator, bully, all of those type of things.
It's just, bro, he's just classless, bro. He's just classless, man. It's just classless, bro. He doesn't. that position, he doesn't know it. He doesn't even know the prestige and the honor it is to be the president of this country, bro. Like it's all a joke to him, bro. It's all a game. It's all a game to him, honestly, man. He don't have nothing else to do with his life. All a game. Older guy, he can be the president, so he does it. Coming here with these tariffs and all this different stuff and just playing games, bro. This is like what he does, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 4 years to see what happens. But
Yeah,
I would say on this subject, I agree with him. With his stance about trans going into women's sports. I agree
right.
with him on this wholeheartedly. I don't know if the
And like you said, although there aren't many women trying to go to men's sports, if they tried, I wouldn't agree with them either. Just stay where you at.
yeah, stay where you at.
Both ways.
Dominate your women's sports, and if you want to be a trans, I don't know. I don't know. It's too much, man. It's too much.
Yeah, it just is. Like, and then you know what we talk about? That's crazy. That I was thinking something. Just if they ever would have a co-ed basketball league. Since the WNBA not getting any ratings, start mixing the teams up.
Wow, that's a crazy idea. Now that's something that All-Star Weekend should think about. You know what I mean?
Something like that, bro. I've always thought that, like, to help the women's game get more ratings, man, and help them get, you know what I'm saying, financially taken care of for playing this game too, the same way, well, not the same way the guys do, but get even somewhere in the ballpark. Like, I mean, they are so underpaid, it's ridiculous, man. So, like, something like that, like, showcase them to people with the guys, like, you know what I'm saying, just something different, man.
That's a great idea, by the way. That's a great idea. What do you think? What if the women joined the NBA and they just put all the teams and they draft the women out the league? Like maybe the worst team get the first pick from the women, you know, and they just put it all together. And now the women.
So right. So Caitlin Clark could have been over there with who had the first pick?
Who had the first pick? Well, the Wizards is terrible right now. But
yeah, they would have the first pick. So somebody like Caitlin Clark would go to the Wizards.
The excitement, though. The excitement. Yeah. Now you exciting women's fans. Bro, NBA, y'all need to hire Vic. He just gave y'all.
I'm talking about, man. Come on, man. I gave y'all the blueprint. I gave them the blueprint. You gotta make sure. I'm glad you keep these transcripts and stuff, bro. You know.
Reason why I started this show, because I feel like a lot of the times we way ahead of the ball game. We'll say something and then next time we hit on TV. Like, come on, man, we just said that on the show. You know what I mean? That's like I know what we know what we're talking about over here.
Man, bro, yes, yeah. Gotta pay attention. Like, man, if you're gonna try to like sports is like I'm being honest, man, it's like a class. People don't realize that's like a class, it's like a college course. It's like a college course. Like if you're gonna really do it, I just want to respect you to know what you're talking about. Like difference of I have no problem with that. But as long as you're putting out the right stuff, we can have a conversation all day long. But when you start putting the wrong stuff out there and I know it's opposite, I'm like, okay, now bro, I got to check you. Like your buddy was talking that stuff about LeBron. I'm like, bro, never LeBron is never no GOAT after the 2011 finals. Never. But I ain't gonna get off subject. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, that you mentioned in that one of the guys from the GOAT James Kingdom platform reached out to me. He wants me to get a couple of people to debate them, the GOAT debate, Jordan versus LeBron. He want me, we're going platform versus platform. You know, Alan Powell versus GOAT James Kingdom. He told me, so I'm out here searching. The invitation is out. I know whoever takes that challenge, they got to be prepared. These guys come with all the stats and facts and all of this stuff, but the Jordan side has to be ready with the facts as well and the research.
Right. Here's my thing, bro. Michael Jordan is my favorite player of all time, but to me, he's not the GOAT. He's just my favorite player of all time. He's not the GOAT to me. Like, bro, I cannot like. Jordan brought the excitement and the flair to the game and did it differently. But when you just talking about what guys did in the game and things like that, you have to give Kareem Abdul-Jabbar his flowers from high school to college to the NBA.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? You have to give a guy like, even though he didn't win as much, George, you still have to give a guy like Oscar Robertson his flowers. Like these guys, Jerry West, these guys were great players. And it just say that Michael Jordan could have been as good as them in their era. Or you like it's just it takes away from everything everybody's accomplished. Like and I always tell LeBron fans, like, dude is a great player.
Yeah.
Like fans, people who are not his fans like myself will give this guy his flowers. Dude is a great player. He's one of the best players I have ever seen. But he is also, man, messed up in some of the biggest situations that I've ever seen and lose when he should win. Like if you're this dominant player, you're the GOAT and you're the greatest of all time, you do not lose. I don't care who you're going up against. Like you go out and handpick your own teams. There's no reason for you to be losing for the most part. You've been playing GM everywhere you went since you left Miami.
Yeah.
Since you left Miami, you've been playing GM everywhere you went. He's been the guy you picked. Since then, you've only won 2 championships.
Yeah, and my thing.
And one of them was a bubble. One of them was a bubble.
Yeah, already. If you know anybody who's willing to take on the challenge and represent the Allen,
yeah, I know somebody do it. I know somebody would do that for
I want
you.
to be represented, bro. Like I want to be represented right because I picked Jordan over LeBron. Jordan's my
I
favorite.
I do too.
He's the GOAT. He's the best that I've seen.
Right, and I respect that. Growing up a Chicago Bulls fan. I love Michael Jordan. He's my favorite player of all time. You know what I'm saying? Period. Point blank. Period.
I want to go back to something you said about the women and men's joining the league.
Okay.
Don't be surprised if it happened. But the only negative I see with that is if they do join together, a man just posterizing a woman. Like I don't think that's.
Oh man, just put his. I don't even say. You know what I mean? Yeah. On some Sean Kemp did his Robin NBA final stuff. Yeah.
Johnson all in the face off that one.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. It's a man's game, bro. Well, it's a being. I guess it'll be a being's game now. A being's game. You know what I'm saying?
It's a great idea, but then I had to think about it. Like,
yeah, I guess. Hey, bro, get out the way. Don't try to take no charge. Hey, bro, them ladies ain't gonna be out there trying to take no charges from your kitchen. One of them guys, man.
A fine woman want to post somebody up. You think they ain't gonna let them post them up? Come on, post me up. Come on, Tyler Diggins, post me up. You know what I'm saying? Come on, post me up. I mean, like, yo.
Yeah, especially Angel Reese, boy. Them guys are love for her to post what up. Let me shut up. Yeah, you know, yeah.
Here we go crazy, but yeah, we're gonna move on, man, because just thinking about everything. I do got a day in the life of Al, man. As we talked about earlier, you know that I did sign up to do play-by-play for PNW. And I did some training, and it was good to hear my trainee, or the person that's training me, you know, do his play-by-play. And I was writing down notes, how to start the game off, and you know, all of that stuff. It was good, and it made me think. And I asked him, like, who is your favorite broadcaster or commentator of all time, now and all time?
Bro, I like so many guys, but who I've just far as like who I learned a lot of like knowledge about the game of that game, Hubie in the NBA, bro. Like, Hubie Johnson, I love that dude. That dude, bro, he know how to break down a game, a player. Oh man, I love that dude, bro. Like he's just my favorite, bro, because he's just a technician, bro, with broadcasting and breaking down what's going on that court, describing players. Like I love that dude. Also, Stuart Scott was my guy. Rest in peace. I always like, bro. I was a big fan of his, man, too. I always been a John Madden fan. Love him. Always was a great guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Knowledge of the game, great. And a Chicago guy who did broadcasting on both sides of town, Steve Stone. Great guy. Great knowledge. Great baseball guy. Great baseball guy.
For sure. Those some great names, by the way. Who do you like right now? Who do you like listening to right now?
Oh man, right now, if I have to sit back and listen to somebody and then like that, I like Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson, for sure. Come on, they need to put him back on, man. Him and Mike Breen, Jeff Van Gundy was gold. I know Jeff Van
Man, I
Gundy.
love what Mark Jackson brought to the game. He breaking it down, man, and everything. Like you don't really have those guys. Like you got some young guys like Grant Hill. Right now, he's transitioning, doing it. He's trying. He's doing a solid job, but it's just not. It's not there yet.
Yeah. Here's my people. Definitely. When you mentioned Stuart Scott, he was the beginning process of me love
Booyah!
talking sports.
Yes.
Like you say, the booyahs, cool as the other side of the pillow.
Cool to the other side of the pillow.
I mean, the sayings he had made me love broadcasting. And
Yes.
so he was the pioneer for me. And then it trickled down. But I think Marv Albert was
Yes.
great.
Absolutely.
He had like a perfect basketball voice.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Probably the NBA GOAT announcer. Yes. Probably the NBA GOAT announcer. Yeah.
Ernie Johnson, baseball. He does baseball too. He's really good. You know, he's the godfather.
EJ's great. Yeah.
And then the person that I'm listening to now is Kevin Harlan. He has a great voice.
Okay, Kevin Harlan. You like Kevin Harlan? Okay.
Man, he got a good. I feel like he's transitioning to the next Marv Albert. It's going to be hard to get there, but I think he's on his way.
That's why, man. You know, there's some guys, bro, that like. I wish they would do more to broadcasters instead of the analyzing. Because Ryan Clark, I think he could be a great broadcaster, bro. But he likes to do more of the analytical, you know what I'm saying, work. And I get that because he's so good at it. I get it. Former player, I get it.
Right. I think Joe Buck and Troy Aikman is good too. They got a good thing going. Joe Buck.
I like Troy Aikman, man. I'm just not a Buck fan, man.
Oh, okay. You don't like Joe Buck?
No, man, he's Vince Buck saw that's the damn Cardinals, bro. I don't like it out there. Yeah, you know, the Cardinals broadcast. That's a friendly rivalry. Joe Buck, he is a good announcer. I just, you know what I'm saying, just like rivalry with the Cubs, that's all. I remember his dad came and did the 7th inning stretch with the Cub hat on and then took it off and threw it down and put his Cardinal hat on. That was so gangster. I just had to laugh, bro. Like, yeah, I like Vince Buck. Another great announcer. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like terrible right now, but he's going to try to grow into being better. But right now, I don't think he's that guy right now. He's trying.
What? Okay. Yeah.
But that's my day in the life of Al, man. Greatest commentators.
So Stuart Scott was the guy that made you want to do this.
Yes.
That's what's up. That's a great role model, bro. Good person, like a person that like want to mold yourself behind. He was a good brother, man. Intelligent, and like you said, bro, them sayings he would come up with, bro, and just like you know, he brought it. He brought hip hop. He brought hip hop to sports.
He did. He absolutely did.
He brought hip hop to sports.
And he was the first person I was able to see to bring his own personality to the TV screen.
Yeah, and these companies can be committed before him. ESPN, when they had that one brother, he was a little older. He did a little football, but when Stu came, Stu took over Sports Center, and we was looking forward. And that's when we rocked with ESPN when Stu was there because we knew we were going to get the real. After Stu was gone, nobody even watched that. We give Stephen A. a little shine here and there. We see some clips here and there, but nobody watched them shows like they used to.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's the day in the life of Al, man. I do want to get to my come to church scripture today. It's 1 Samuel 18, 5 through 14. Heard the message in church. It was great. I've read the Bible. I've been through these stories plenty of times, but it's so many stories. Sometimes you gloss over some stuff, and this story was broke down in a way that made me really think. And 1 Samuel was talking about David. Everybody know David from David and Goliath, but before he's known for more than just David and Goliath. And so in this story, it's a king named Saul, and he gets jealous of David because David has favor on him, and he gets jealous of him. And I thought it was great. So this is the scripture. The woman sang as they played and danced, saying, Saul hath slain his thousands. Saul is a king. And says, Saul slain his thousands and David his 10,000s. Then Saul became very angry, for this saying displeased him. And he said, they have ascribed to David 10,000s, but to me they have ascribed only thousands. Now what more can can he have but the kingdom? Saul looked at David with suspicion and jealousy from that day forward, and Saul turns against David. So David was serving Saul, and David ended up being king. But this scripture was taught in church, and the sermon was called Insecurities. But one thing that stuck out to me was the spirit of comparison. The spirit of comparison, and we all deal with it with social media age now, and likes, views, and subscribers, and all of this stuff. It hit me in such a way because if you look at this scripture, they was talking about how many people they killed in battle.
Yeah.
And Saul killed 1,000 people, and the people recognized that he killed 1,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
If he just focused on the numbers that he did and been happy with that, he wouldn't have looked at David and looked at him like, oh, they talked about his 10,000. He looked at his 10,000 instead of being happy about his 1,000. And so I take this as, if you don't get into the rat race of comparison, whatever for you is for you. Like, especially in this social media age, man. Whatever you got going on, focus on what you got going on. Don't look over to the side and look at what somebody else got going on. That's only going to bring comparison, jealousy, just like in this scripture. If he would have focused on his 1,000 that he's slain instead of focused on them talking about the 10,000, he wouldn't have got angry. He just would have like, thank y'all for acknowledging my 1,000. But he looked over and heard them talking about the 10,000, and he got jealous. He got jealous. And so that's the scripture, man. Like, it really resonated with me. I hope that y'all understood it and where I was going with it. But the spirit of comparison is real. Social media has really put that to the forefront. And this God does not want that for you. Focus on what God has for you, no matter how little or how big. Focus on whatever He has for you. So that's it. That's the scripture today, man. First
Yeah,
chapter.
bro. I get that, bro. You know that. Envy is this is a deadly disease, man. You know what I'm saying? I call it, jealousy and envy is a disease, bro. Like, it is. It just is, man. Because you always, that goes back in Bible times. So that lets you know that now, bro. Nowadays, that, you know what I'm saying, bro. That's just how life is. You know what I'm saying? It is there because it's still going on today. There's somebody right now who is jealous that you have this talk show.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, there's somebody jealous that I have a job where I work at.
Right. But you know
I
what?
can't control that. I can't control that.
But you know what? I had to look at myself, bro, because I'm in this space. I'm in the social media. I'm in the like, subscribe, and follows and all of this stuff. And I think we all have the potential to have this in us. And I had a little bit of it in me, and I had to check myself. I had to go back to God and say, Father, thank you for everybody who tuned into the Allen Pals. I ain't worried about nobody else's platform.
That's right.
Whoever's for me, they rocking with me, and I appreciate it. Whoever is tuning in to this show. So that's it. That's all, man. So
That's how you be blessed, brother.
it did something for me, man. So thank you, my brother, for coming on, man. Talking these sports, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me as usual, though, man. Shout out to the guys, Casey and all the guys who couldn't make it tonight. Brian, Ralph, all the guys, man. Catch y'all next time.
For sure. And that's it, y'all. We'll catch y'all next week. We out.
Peace, bro.
We lock and load, Allen Pals. It's the Allen Pals Show.